Dark Knights and Clown Princes and Princesses. This Patreon special missions request is courtesy of Ninja level patron Nicholas Steven, and it's for the history of Batman, the animated series. In the 60s and 70s, he was the Bright Knight, as played by the wonderful Adam West in both the live-action show as well as Filmation's animated New Adventures of Batman, and was almost as bright and fun in Hanna-Barbera's Super Friends series of the 70s and 80s. But night fell on the Caped Crusader in 1989, when Tim Burton brought Batman to the big screen with a darker tone. Capitalizing on the success of Burton's live-action films, Warner Bros. Animation released a series that has not only stood the test of time, it's scaled that test, climbed to the apex of it, and has proudly said, "I'm actually so much better than you even realized at first." Developed by Bruce Timm and Eric Radomski, it first aired on Fox Kids from September 5th, 1992 to September 15th, 1995, totaling in at 85 episodes. Where most animated programs intended mainly for children had focused on being fun, funny, action-packed, and even inspiring, Batman the Animated Series leaned more towards art and gravitas. I remember watching it during its initial release and thinking, this is an animated series in name only. This doesn't move like a cartoon. It doesn't sound like a cartoon. It doesn't feel like a cartoon. This is an amazing live-action show with complex themes and incredible visuals. Much like Japanese anime, I had the feeling I was watching something not of its time, but ahead of its time. In order to achieve the dark look of the show, black paper was used for backgrounds instead of the industry standard of white paper, and light colors were painted on top, so that even brighter colors appear to have some of that trademark darkness seeping into them. This simple technique creates not just a look of shadow and darkness, but the feel of it too. That intangible sense you get that this isn't just dark, it's darker than dark. Capturing the dark mood of the Burton films wasn't just a visual endeavor. The early theme of the show was an alternate version of Danny Elfman's theme for the Tim Burton films. When it was later changed, it was composed by Shirley Walker, who had worked as Elfman's conductor in the past and knew his sound well. Kevin Conroy voiced Bruce Wayne and Batman for the entire run of the series, as well as subsequent films and spin-off series. His calm, bassy cadence, coupled with his gravelly intensity, has earned him the moniker of My Batman to countless Bat fans over the past decades. The supporting cast was also made up of some impressive names. Mark Hamill auditioned for the role of the Joker and secretly hoped he wouldn't get it, not wanting to follow up Jack Nicholson's performance in the first Tim Burton film. But get it he did, and some would say, myself included, that he has surpassed Jack as the definitive maniacal clown prince of crime. At the time, some believed it was a step down for Hamill to be occasionally appearing on a kids' show, as a supporting character, not even the star. But Hamill has proven he knows how to make a wise investment. And while some called him washed up at the time for his choices of roles in animation and video games, history has now given him a more flattering title, Trailblazer. Other well-known actors to appear in supporting roles are Ron Perlman as Clayface, and Roddy McDowall as the Mad Hatter. Every viewer will have their own personal opinion of what are the best episodes, but for those not familiar with the show, or those who don't remember much about it due to the passage of time and aren't up for an 85-episode marathon, let me recommend The Demon's Quest, Almost Got 'Em, Heart of Ice, and Two-Face. I have to reiterate though, although this looks like a kids show, and even won an award for Best Kids Show, I don't believe this is a kids show. If you have kids, nurture their young impressionable minds with He-Man, She-Ra, Thundercats, G.I. Joe, and Brave Star. They'll understand the heavier, more adult concepts in Batman the Animated Series better if they have a good foundation built by Sunbow, Filmation, and Rankin Bass. Although most of the episodes are self-contained and last about a half hour in length, 2 feature films were produced. Batman Mask of the Phantasm was released in theaters in 1993, and Batman and Mr. Freeze Sub-Zero was a direct-to-video release in 1998. It won several Emmy Awards from 1993 to 1996, including Outstanding Animated Program, Outstanding Writing, Outstanding Film and Sound Editing, and Outstanding Music Direction and Composition. The last 15 episodes were titled The Adventures of Batman and Robin, which was also added to the reruns of previously aired episodes. Proving you can't keep a great show down, Conroy, Hamill, and the rest of the gang returned in 1997 with 24 more episodes in a continuation series titled The New Batman Adventures. Conroy returned again in 1999 to play an older Bruce Wayne mentoring a new Dark Knight in Batman Beyond. Batman the Animated Series also served as the beginning of the DC Animated Universe, spawning several tie-in comics, games, and other animated series. The entire series was released in a DVD box set in 2008, and in what is sure to excite longtime fans and draw many new ones in, is the announcement of the upcoming remastered Blu-ray complete series release. As someone who appreciates the intricate artistry poured into the series, I'm very excited to enjoy this animated masterpiece, projected in high definition on my wall. After a quarter of a century, we'll finally be able to see the definitive animated Dark Knight like we've never seen him before, but were always meant to from the beginning. Got a Batman thought you'd like to share? Scroll down and go to town. And to join the tribe, reach into your utility belt, pull out your Batarang, and hit subscribe with it. Nerdmas Day.